Coming up on Mountain News this morning, businesses face some supply issues as folks prepare for another round of wintry weather here in the state, and investors in our region join people from far away in order to learn skills to help their ideas grow into businesses.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It's 6:32 on this Wednesday morning on this Groundhog's Day. I'm Dakota Makris. Thanks so much for waking up with us. And let's take it over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. But Brandon, before you get into it, I just want to comment about yesterday's great temperatures. It was spoiling us yesterday. Mother Nature was.
So nice.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I noticed this real fast on my drive home yesterday. In shady spots, temperatures would drop like 10 degrees.
Wow.
So you'd be in like the low 60s, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, it's in the 50s right now.
And you still have snow at your house.
I still do.
It's not going to melt. It's never going to melt.
I was telling somebody yesterday, I said maybe around April when it gets consistently warm, it might melt. But yeah, I literally had to take hot water yesterday and pour on the ice on my steps to get it to melt off, then sweep the water off so it didn't refreeze last night. So yeah. Speaking of rain and water, that's going to be coming into play here pretty soon. Not quite yet, but take a look at US 119 up on top of Whitesburg Pine Mountain. A little bit of snow still up there as well. You can see it there, kind of the bottom right part of your screen. So again, there's still snow everywhere across parts of the area this morning. And some schools are even out because of the fact some of those back roads, secondary roads, have still some snow and ice on them, even though it got to 63 yesterday at Jackson. 35 right now in Ashland, 50 in Monticello, 46 in Jackson this morning, 43 Pikeville, and Harlan as well. Some 30s out there too. Some southwest and southeast winds coming in there, helping to warm us up just a little bit in some areas. Forecast for today, temperatures don't move a whole lot. Low, maybe to mid 50s there across parts of the region, and they only slide into the mid to upper 40s overnight with rain chances continuing. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. While a death investigation is underway in Williamsburg following a report of an unresponsive man. Late Monday afternoon, Williamsburg police were called about a man under the U.S. Highway 25 West Bridge. Police said the man was identified as 48-year-old Joel L. Terrell. They say no foul play is suspected. 2 people are dead after a Knott County crash Monday. Police say a pickup veered off the road on Kentucky 582 in Pine Top, now hitting several trees before overturning. 55-year-old Portia Calhoun, the passenger, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver, 55-year-old Donald Mullins, was removed from the truck and flown to UK Hospital, where he died from his injuries. Neither Mullins nor Calhoun were wearing a seatbelt. Well, we have learned one person was killed in a crash in Bell County. The Bell County coroner tells us the crash happened on Highway 221 Tuesday morning. The coroner identified the victim as 40-year-old Dusty Edward Ellison of Frakes. Not many details could be released. Well, Kentucky State University in Frankfort is back on its regular schedule after a bomb threat. Officials put the university on lockdown yesterday morning. They gave the all clear around 8:30 a.m. Now, police are trying to find out who's responsible for the threat. Classes will resume as normal today, but students and staff are required to show their campus IDs to enter campus facilities. Well, it was just about this time last year. Parts of eastern Kentucky were hammered by an ice storm, and I'm sure many of us remember that. Some areas saw up to an inch of freezing rain. At its peak, more than 150,000 homes and businesses lost power. The ice was part of 3 back-to-back storms. Snow, ice, and flooding ravaged the region from mid-February to early March. 50 counties were eligible for some sort of federal disaster aid. In all, FEMA paid out $9 million to people and more than $17 million to local governments. Emergency management officials in Lexington are telling city departments to be prepared for whatever may come with the latest round of wintry weather this week. Forecasters say that could be freezing rain and sleet for much of central Kentucky. Looking ahead, Lexington city officials have reached out to the Red Cross about the possibility of needing shelters. The city is also meeting with utility crews to discuss power plans in case there are outages. Many people are racing to the stores to stock up on winter weather supplies, from generators to salt to just the basic needs like flashlights. Stores are seeing their supplies fly off the shelves in Lexington. Store manager Will Edwards, owner of Chevy Chase Hardware, says the business has been steadily busy all winter. Now, Edwards says they were having trouble getting their usual shipments due to supply chain issues that most places everywhere have been seeing during the pandemic, which means he had to get creative to find ways to keep the shelves stocked during these winter months.
The supply chain has definitely affected things, and there are places that are out, but we've gone above and beyond, I believe, to reach out and find things in other locations, going to Pennsylvania and other states to get products, make sure our customers have what they need.
Well, emergency officials say they want you to make sure you are prepared for this winter storm with enough food, medicine, and other necessities. Eastern Kentuckians are joining people from far as away as South Africa to learn about building a business from only an idea. Investors Network Kentucky is partnering with the Kentucky Small Business Administration to host a seminar in London. Presenters from around the world will live stream with the in-person attendees. Investors Network officials say the goal is to grow Appalachia.
People who create businesses have to hire people. They have to network with other businesses for transportation and for just the overall logistics. And it's a snowball effect. It's dominoes. It's going to have tremendous positive repercussions for the region.
Organizers say this will become monthly for in-person and Zoom attendees, and a second location is on the way here in Eastern Kentucky. Well, in this day and age, many of us are aware of the long-lasting effects active duty can have on military members, even long after they've served. But one Army veteran recently received a four-legged companion to help him deal with the aftermath of serving our country. Our Alyssa Williams has the heartwarming story.
To everyone, Thomas Eichen's dog, Alan, might look like an average Labrador, but to Thomas, Alan is so much more.
I can't imagine not being with him now.
After serving in the U.S. Army for more than 2 decades, Sergeant Major Thomas Eichen medically retired in 2017 due to the effects of a traumatic brain injury he acquired in Afghanistan.
But we started with the military medical system in 2014, and it took until 2017 to actually find out what was going, be able to help him in a way that he can walk and talk again.
Eichen was left with several visual impairments and neurological issues, but while being treated at Walter Reed Medical Center, his wife Michelle came up with the idea to get him a guide dog.
The fact it took so long was the hardest part, but getting him here, it's all worthwhile. It's all worthwhile.
After 3 years of waiting, Thomas was paired with his service and lead dog, Alan, through America's Vet Dogs.
He's just part of the family. He fit. I mean, right when he walked through the door, it was like he was home.
Alan is a special companion given that he serves as a service dog and a guide dog. He is able to assist Thomas in various ways, but Thomas's wife, Michelle, appreciates that Alan gives him a better sense of independence.
So for us to have that ability to go, oh, he's safe, he's with Alan, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
Adding a whole new meaning to the phrase, man's best friend. In Whitley County, Alyssa Williams, WYMT, Mountain News.
Well, Thomas and Michelle say they are grateful for America's Vet Dogs and all the work that went into pairing them with Alan and training him to cater to Thomas's specific needs. Well, Kentucky State Police are joining the celebration of February being Black History Month. They are honoring the history African Americans have played in the legacy of KSP, providing exceptional public safety to all Kentuckians. In the mid-1960s, integration was initiated by former KSP Commissioner Ted Bassett and Governor Ned Breathitt. The KSP Academy graduated its first African American trooper in 1968. Well, a second installment of artwork featuring more than 50 artists from across Kentucky is being displayed at the state capitol. Governor Randy Beshear says the spring 2022 exposition of the Team Kentucky Gallery can be viewed in 2 of the main hallways of the state capitol. The selected artworks were put on display through June 30th. They can also be found on the Team Kentucky Digital Art Gallery. The project was started as a way to connect and express pride in Kentucky through art in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic.
Coming up on 642, we are tracking cooler temperatures, but not as cool as they have been the last few mornings. We're already in the 30s, 40s, and even close to 50 out toward Monticello this morning. So again, Be aware that temperatures are slowly going up, but we've got the cloud cover, we've got the rain chances on the way, so they probably won't move a whole lot today. I still think most of us get close to the low 50s this afternoon. Again, 51 the forecast. Rain chances will start to pick up, so make sure you take your umbrellas with you as you head out the door this morning. Even though it's dry for now, we'll continue to see those rain chances, especially a little bit later on today. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. The time is now 6:42. Still to come here on Mountain News this morning. Some data shows how many Americans said goodbye to their jobs during the last month of 2021. We'll tell you next.